So been watching a lot of videos. That's one of those things I've like ever since like the first time I started YouTube, I had an idea. I was gonna come from a very fixed central position, um, you know, that's easier for everybody to digest. Unfortunately, I found that going in that manner, I wasn't actually moving the ball, because it doesn't match with my in life experience. In my in life experience, I'm never kissing ass. I'm straight up truth. I speak truth to power. I'm about social revolution. So, I'm like Huey Freeman, in real life. So that's how I learned how to be effective. It's just by speaking about history, truth to power, things of that nature. And that's what I spread in the streets. Like this YouTube thing is like a new thing where I'm like talking to people with money and shit. Well, most of my life I've been in the streets, and we don't got money, but we do got motherfuckers like me, you know. And I seek to spread more of me around the neighborhood. And so you may find me on any corner now. But that me started before me. I found it when I came up in the neighborhood. Looks like we're trying to help each other out. We're trying to get ourselves out the gutter. And we may not be great in number, but we out there. You never know. You might just find a gang and shit. 30, 40 motherfuckers, and in the center you got this one guy. Because that's what y'all forced us to do. I don't do that shit. I don't need to. Out of the ways I move. But those ways are moved too. So, what I found what I was gonna do is better is just, I'm gonna do my shaman thing. I'm gonna bring the unconscious to the conscious. The things you already know, I'm gonna make sure they bubble up to the top. And the only way to do that is to, like, some videos will be to calm you, some videos will be to excite you, but each video is gonna hit on a different part of your emotional center. I'm not trying to just hit one center. Love, love, love. No, I'm hitting love, anger, shame, embarrassment, guilt. I'm knocking at all of them, and that's how I bring things from inside a person to the surface. So it's, one of these days maybe I'll be able to get like camera and a tripod and shit. Y'all can see me moving around better. Then I can speak better, and it isn't just my words. You can catch my language too and shit. But it's gonna be in your face sometimes, and sometimes it's gonna be in the back. This channel, Right now, because of the way I started, all nice and slow, I'm trying to like maybe mix in a little bit more of that heavy. But I'll go back to this nice and slow, and then I'll come back to the heavy. But I don't want people to forget slow and heavy, slow and heavy. I'm not moved by either position, It's unfixated. Obviously, I have goals. I'm going to do what I said. But that doesn't move my position. My position is always here. In social revolutionary, truth to power, things I read and how I regurgitated experiences in life. I just stay right there. I don't leave that area. Just spit shit. Spitting game. But, you've got to get used to these many different faces that I may show. And the longer you can get through it, without being like thrown off the center, like, wah! Because of all the shit that just came at you, that actually helps you. That helps you overcome barriers, that helps you overcome bars. Stone walls do not a prison make, no iron bars a cage. That's all in here is where the cage is made, where the prison bars exist. And it's not made of just one bar, it's made of a lot of them. You're going to have to saw through each and every one of them. It's not just one brick on that wall. There's a whole bunch of bricks on that wall. You're going to have to knock quite a few of them down. If you want to escape out of that prison. You can come in through the only lovey-dovey stage, but I guarantee you, you're gonna come out like a plushie with no nuts. I don't know. Maybe. Those things are pushovers. You kick them, you just kick the fucker, and it falls right over. It has no substance whatsoever. So we do the myriad to bring the unconscious to the conscious. And unfortunately, to get through it, hey man, I had to do the same thing. All right, when I meditated, horse stance, I put it on TV with like all kinds of music that at that time I didn't like. And I forced myself to have to watch them on MTV or whatever, just doing their thing. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna let anything move me. And then from there, I have to learn how to do it in real life. I have to get up and walking around and bopping around in life. People are screaming, people are doing this, people are doing that, and I'm just, doesn't seem to faze me anymore. Even when they're in my face, I'm just like, you okay? But that takes a while. That's training, that's resilience. That's something you build up over time. And you do that by facing your fears. You don't do that by running away from them. So, it may not seem like it, but this could help in time. All right. Peace.